One of the most interesting creatures, or humans, in the Fallout universe are ghouls. Part human, part mutation. In today's video, we're going to go over in depth who and what these radiated beings are, what exactly is their origin and place in the post-apocalyptic landscape. Now, to understand ghouls, we must first look back at the Great War that devastated the world and gave rise to the wasteland we now roam. When the bombs fell, the intense radiation blanketed the earth, transforming many humans into something else entirely. Radiation seeped into every corner of the world, mutating those exposed to its toxic embrace. Among the survivors were individuals whose bodies withstood the onslaught of radiation, but at a terrible cost. Some survivors, not impacted by the radiation, remained normal to some degree. Others began to experience great effect from the fallout. These unfortunate souls underwent a ghastly transformation, their skins blistering and peeling, their flesh decaying before their very eyes. Thus the ghouls were born. But what set ghouls apart from other mutated creatures in the wasteland is their continued sentience. Despite the grotesque appearance, ghouls retain their memories, personalities, and intellect. There were cases where controlled exposure to radiation was used to ghoulify pre-war people, first experimentally, then as a means of obtaining immortality and radiation immunity in anticipation of the New World. All of these experiments were done prior to the Great War and prior to the fallout. Now, what is the general life of a ghoul like on the wasteland? Life as a ghoul is fraught with challenges and hardship. Imagine waking up every day to find your body twisted and warped, your once human features replaced by a visage straight from a nightmare. For many ghouls, the struggle goes beyond mere survival. They must contend with discrimination, prejudice, and outright hostility from those who fear and rival them. Yet despite facing adversity at every turn, ghouls display remarkable resilience and perseverance. Many carve out a niche for themselves in the wasteland, forming communities and forging bonds with fellow survivors. Contrary to popular belief, not all ghouls are mindless monsters lurking in the shadows. In fact, ghouls have established their own vibrant societies, complete with bustling settlements, thriving economies, and even political factions. From the dilapidated streets of Underworld to the irradiated ruins of Necropolis, ghouls have built communities where they can live free from the prejudice of the outside world. These settlements serve as a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak landscape, offering sanctuary to ghouls and humans alike who seek refuge from the harsh realities of the wasteland. Now, let's delve into the fascinating biology of ghouls. What sets them apart from ordinary humans, aside from their ghastly appearance? One thing ghouls have gained as somewhat of an advantage, if you want to even call it that, are an increase in lifespan, some living well over 200 years from the day they become irradiated. Now, ghouls aren't immortal in any sense. They too can die off just like the rest of us, but the mutations has slowed the body's aging properties almost indefinitely. Ghouls exhibit heightened resistance to radiation, allowing them to thrive in environments that would be lethal to most living beings. Their cells have adapted to repair damage caused by radiation, granting them an extraordinary degree of longevity. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of ghoul physiology is their ability to regenerate tissue at an accelerated rate. This regenerative capacity enables ghouls to survive injuries that would prove fatal to normal humans. Despite their resilience and intellect, ghouls are often misunderstood and feared by those who dwell in the wasteland. This fear gives rise to misconceptions and stereotypes that perpetuate the cycle of discrimination. These prejudices run deep, fueled by tales of feral ghouls and the horrors they inflict upon unsuspecting travelers, but in reality, such incidents are the exception rather than the rule. Now, not all ghouls possess human qualities. Whether turned after the initial blast or slowly becoming one over time from radiation exposure in the air or the consumption of food and water that has been tainted with radiation, right away or over time, a ghoul can turn feral. This is when one has been impacted greatly by radiation to the point they become non-sentient creature, a zombie if you will. These are the ghouls most wastelanders fear, and the main reason anyone fears ghouls in general, due to the idea that one day, at some point, they may or may not fall victim to ghoul transformation. Now, it's important to remember that ghouls are individuals, each with their own hopes, dreams, and fears. To judge them solely based on their appearance is to deny their humanity. As we bring our journey to a close, I urge you wasteland wanderers to look beyond the surface and see the ghouls for who they truly are: survivors, fighters, and above all, human beings. Fuck that, they're not even human beings. Kill those motherfuckers.